Welcome back to the channel where we're talking about everything there is to know about life in Northwest Arkansas. My friend, today I thought it would be useful for me to codify about 10 questions that I get on a very regular basis, and it would be useful for you to know the answers to those questions as well, as you're probably researching Bentonville, Northwest Arkansas, relocating to the area, and what that might mean for you. So in no particular order, I'm going to answer some of these common questions and some of the subsidiary questions that come as a result as the main question to be able to help flesh out some of the details about Northwest Arkansas and what that might mean for you. In no particular order, one of the most common questions that I receive is, Anthony, we're looking for a 4+ bed, 3+ bath home that's built within the last 10 to 15 years on 5 to 10 acres in Bentonville School District. My friend, I can't tell you how laughable this question is.
All I want is what I have coming to me. All I want is my fair share.
So if you call and you ask me that question, I might giggle a little bit just because you went from here down to this very specific property. So let's go ahead and look. Currently, as the shooting of this video, there are 2,490 homes available in our entire marketplace. 132 of them are on 5 to 10 acres. Bringing it down to Bentonville schools, there are only 11 homes with a 4+ bed, 3+ bath on 5 to 10 acres in Bentonville School District. And you should know, my friend, there's only 4 of those that are less than $1 million. And all of those 11 homes are averaging right around $1.3 million. Now, granted, they're probably not a home that you're going to want to move into. Many of these homes that are even under the $1 million mark are going to be homes that you're going to need to update or improve, or maybe even tear down, depending on where that specific property is located inside of Bentonville School District. Could be Cave Springs, could be Rogers, could be Bentonville, could be Bella Vista. You might just only be purchasing that for the land because of where it's located. Then, of course, the next question that people come out, they go, you know what, we might not really need 10 acres or 5 acres. How about you take that same search criteria and let's look for only homes that are maybe between 1 and 3 acres. We could probably, we could probably go with 1 to 3 acres. Well, my friend, there are only 4 of those currently active on the market. And what usually comes as a result of that next question is they say, but we really don't want to be in a neighborhood. Okay, so adding that criteria, there are 0 homes between 1 and 3 acres that are a 4-bed, 3-bath built within the last 10 to 15 years in Bentonville School District. Under $1 million, there are 0.
I never get what I really want. What is it you want? Real estate.
Question number 2, Anthony, is there a thriving job market? My friend, I would encourage you, if you're looking to move to Northwest Arkansas and want a job, need a job, and your employer isn't moving your gear, I would really encourage you, because of the fact that Northwest Arkansas has a big corporate environment with Walmart, Tyson, J.B. Hunt, I would encourage you to get on LinkedIn, create a profile, and update your resume. If you were to go on Indeed.com right now, there are currently over 4,000 jobs in the Bentonville area, anywhere from administration, RNs, museum assistant, that's kind of a cool job, systems administrator, head of IT, depending on what it is that you're looking for. When people say, just like the house, when you say, are there houses available in Northwest Arkansas? Yes, there is. Is there a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2-car garage, in Bentonville School District? It really narrows it down. So when you're asking, is there a thriving job market in Northwest Arkansas, my friend, yeah, there's a lot of jobs here and a lot of jobs coming here. In fact, Walmart just announced that they're trying to break a lot of their employees to work back here at the brand new home office that's slated to be open in fall of 2025. Being a realtor, I have to be careful on the next question, so I always use third-party statistics or other websites to help answer some of the questions for you. The next question I get is, Anthony, I'm looking to move to a place with diversity. I want to be around people that aren't just one specific race or ethnicity. So what does the racial makeup look like of Northwest Arkansas? Well, my friend, let's go look online and see what we can find. According to a website called argotsoul.com, looking back in 1990, 5% of Northwest Arkansas was considered racially or ethnically diverse. In 2010, it jumped up to 24%. 2021, 29%, and in 2026, they're predicting that over 30% of Northwest Arkansas will be racially or ethnically diverse. And what they mean by that is 68% will be white, 19% Hispanic or Latino, 4% Asian, 3% Black, 2% Pacific Islander, and 1% Native American. And this be a fun statistic for you to know. Northwest Arkansas has the second largest population of Marshallese people located in the continental United States. Wrapping up that question, according to AR Got Soul, is they're saying that over 1/3 of Northwest Arkansas will be racially or ethnically diverse by the year 2026. And the next question I receive is, Anthony, what's the cost of living like there in Northwest Arkansas? So my friend, I actually did an entire video about this, but let's go ahead and break into a section of that video right now to be able to answer that question for you in this video.
One of the major pieces about moving to a new city is understanding how far will your dollar stretch. So if you're being relocated here and your employer is moving here, you need to figure out, okay, they're paying me $100,000 a year. That's the number that I use on this next chart. If you take a look at it, you're seeing that if we're looking at $100,000 in regards to San Francisco, Denver, Dallas, Minneapolis, Chicago, Nashville, and Charlotte, North Carolina, what I'm looking at here is from West Coast to East Coast and some major metropolitan areas is what would it cost to maintain your same type of lifestyle? So if you're earning $100,000 in San Francisco, in order to maintain your normal lifestyle that you achieve, you only need to be making about $50,000, maybe $51,000 here in Bentonville.
If you want more specific details about your city, I usually go to a website called Forbes.com, and they have a cost of living calculator that you can plug in your specific city and then compare it to the city in Northwest Arkansas in which you might be looking to move. All right, my friend, I'm going to try to make it through this next question. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. As little as condescending as I possibly can, but the question I get is, Anthony, what's the price per square foot there on a 3,500 square foot house? All right, if we're building properties, my friend, if you're going to go out and build a home, then price per square foot is definitely something that you should use as a viable metric when comparing homes. When you're looking at existing homes and you say, what's the price per square foot? Or that price per square foot seems high, or what should we offer price per square foot, my friend? So much depends on all of the different factors that go into that question. When you're asking me specifically, what's a good price per square foot for a 3,500 square foot home, let's dig in and let's look at our MLS on what the numbers show. Looking at a 3,453 square foot home that's currently on the market in Springdale, Arkansas. That is a 4-bed, 3-bath home. That is $138.74 per square foot. Wow, that seems really affordable. Yes, but are we looking in Springdale or Rogers or Bentonville or Fayetteville? Where are we looking? Oh, we're looking in Fayetteville, and you're looking for a 3,400 square foot house? Okay, let's look at Fayetteville. Here's a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2-car garage in Fayetteville at 3,500 square feet. It's on 11 acres, and that is $360 per square foot. Wait a second, Anthony, you just jumped well over $200 a square foot. Oh my goodness, that price per square foot seems extremely high. Well, again, it's 3,500 square feet in Fayetteville, different school district than the other one, and it's on 11 acres. Let's do one more, then we'll move on from the category. Here's a 4-bed, 3-bath, 3,453 square foot home in downtown Bentonville, and it is $586.45 per square foot. You might be going, holy cow, that is astronomical. That's 450 square feet more than what Springdale was offering. No, my friend, you're looking specifically at one house to another. They're in different towns, different size home, different age home, different amenities, different locations all together. So when you ask what's a good price per square foot, I'm going to give you a general answer. Right now in our marketplace, existing homes are right around $202 a square foot, and new construction is averaging out right around $220 a square foot. But put it on a lake and it's going to be over $300 a square foot, depending on the size of the house. Another good rule of thumb is the larger the house, the lower the price per square foot. The smaller the house, the higher the price per square foot. So when I get asked, what's a good price per square foot? My friend, there are so many different factors that go into answering that question. And if you ask any real estate agent, they just come up with a number off the head for you. They're speaking in big time generalities, and they might be putting their foot in their mouth when you go to a house that is significantly higher price per square foot. It's funny to me, even resale homes in the same neighborhood of properties that are maybe 5 to 7 years old, and I get people calling, they say, hey, your price per square foot's a little high. And it's like, yeah, but I'm running the comparables of what the actual sale price was, and come to find out we end up having 5 to 10 offers. And that person, I'm assuming, is probably putting their foot in their mouth saying, this price per square foot wasn't so high. Maybe, my friend, not put so much value on the price per square foot and maybe look at what the house offers to what you and your family are needing in your next home. I'm sure if you're watching this from Colorado, you probably hear people say, oh, you must ski all the time. Or if you're in California, you must hear people say, oh, you must go surfing all the time. The next question we get is, does everyone mountain bike there, or are there any other cycling events available in Northwest Arkansas? My friend, Bentonville is coined the mountain biking capital of the world, and the U.S. mountain biking headquarters is located right here in Bentonville. But yes, there is much more than just mountain biking events in Northwest Arkansas. Of course, gravel biking has made an entrance. A few gravel bike events of note are the Hazel Valley Rally, the Arkansas Graveler, Big Sugar Classic, and most recently, the Rule of 3 gravel bike race, where former professional cyclists Lance Armstrong and George Hincapie were in town for that race. Speaking of George Hincapie, I had the pleasure of meeting him recently, and his Grand Fondo Hincapie was just announced as an annual event that's going to take place in September. It's a road cycling event, not gravel that we were just talking about, but it's a road cycling event that's happening here to help give more activities to those who are just road bikers, like the bike that's right behind me here. Other road biking events of note in Northwest Arkansas are the Natural State Crit Series, the Bike City Fayetteville Fondo, and an event that's been taking place for over 25 years is the Joe Martin Stage Race, and I understand that this year they're postponing in 2024, but it'll be back again in 2025. And wrapping up this section, you should know that there are multiple triathlon events happening in Northwest Arkansas on an annual basis. A couple to note is the Ozark Valley Triathlon held down at Lake Weddington in Fayetteville. It's an open water swim on Lake Weddington, a very cool course. And one that is very close, near and dear, is the Tri-Fest 4MS held at the Melvin Ford Aquatic Center every year in Bentonville. Both are USAT sanctioned events. And my friend, even though there are mountain biking trails all over Northwest Arkansas, you should know that yes, those are walkable and hikeable. People do it all the time. Just be respectful of other people that are on the trail. The next question is usually very common as a two-part question. The first question is, what do you guys do during tornadoes? And why don't any of the houses have basements? Let's go back to another one of our videos to clip in here to talk about why homes in Northwest Arkansas don't have basements. But before I do, you should know if you're looking for a home with a basement, you're more apt to find it up in Bella Vista, over in Rogers, out by the lake, or perhaps down in Fayetteville. Very flat in Bentonville and Centerton especially. Here in Northwest Arkansas, because we're more of a humid and wet type climate, we also have varying degrees of different rocks that are underneath the ground. You would be shocked to know that here in Tornado Alley, there aren't any basements here. And I say there aren't, there are, they're just fewer and far between, much like condos and townhomes. So we just don't build them here. And a lot of the reason why, my friend, again, is the soil that we have here. You might run into some type of stone or rock that you might have to have some type of dynamite to explode that out in order to fully build a basement for you. Also, what's contributing to no basements here is the additional cost. A foundation built slab on grade versus a foundation built with a basement is almost double the cost. So combine the cost, the type of soil, how wet the ground can be, we've just decided apparently we're not building houses with basements here. You might be asking yourself, Anthony, with living in Tornado Alley and there being no basements, where do you go during the tornado? Well, I, for one, my family, we know that we're going to go underneath our stairway in a hall closet. Or we've got other areas in the home that we can go that are not an outside wall. The thing I have to caution you is, my friend, back in the day when I was a kid, we would at least hear on the radio when a tornado is coming, whereas today, we've got cell phones, TV, newscasters that are gonna let us know well in advance if there's severe weather heading our way, and of course, we can prepare a lot more in advance. Definitely, my friend, take weather patterns seriously, be informed, and be prepared. The next question is always a fun one. Anthony, what is traffic like there? Well, my friend, I have to kind of break it down, and that is a very subjective question, depending on where you're coming from. Maybe you're coming from LA, driving on the 405 for 4 hours a day. We don't have traffic like that here, my friend. And if you hear people that are saying, hey, the traffic's terrible in Northwest Arkansas, it's probably because they've lived here for 35 years and it used to take 5 minutes for them to get across town. And that's not the case anymore. So yes, they're going to say traffic is terrible. My friend, we do have rush hour, and it's usually an hour and 20 minutes maybe, depending on the time of day and if school is combined. During the summer months, rush hour isn't as bad in the mornings or in the evenings when people are getting out of school or to their sporting events, but usually on our major artery roads like 49, Highway 12, 102, 72 coming out or going into Pea Ridge. And then of course there's some down by the University of Arkansas. Maybe at Razorback Stadium there might be a football game going on, and so you're going to experience a little bit more traffic. But in regards to traffic, my friend, compared to probably where you're coming from, we really don't have bad traffic here in Northwest Arkansas. Heaven forbid an accident happens, or maybe there's a detour because they're closing down the road to build a new building, and you would have to detour around that. But as far as traffic is concerned, it's nowhere near whatever it is you experience in major cities like Chicago, LA, Denver. We don't have traffic like that. Last but not least, one of the most common questions that I receive is, Anthony, what's it gonna look like 10 years from now in Northwest Arkansas? My friend, currently there are 36 net people moving to Northwest Arkansas on a daily basis. That's a little over 13,000 people per year. So 10 years from now, let's do the math, that's going to be over 130,000 more residents. I would bet to believe it's actually going to be more than that in about 10 years with significant growth, with things like Walmart asking employees to come back to Northwest Arkansas and work from the home office in Bentonville. There's going to be a higher growth rate, I believe, in the coming 10 years. Take a look at this before and after of Rogers specifically. And just imagine, my friend, as things continue to grow, we're going to have more neighborhoods, more schools. XNA Airport is expanding. We're going to get more mountain biking trails. Our area is a region in the country where it's going to continue to grow. My friend, as always, it's my pleasure to put this information together for you. If I can be of any service, feel free to reach out anytime. And now you know a little bit more about what life is like in and around Bentonville. Thanks for watching.